All right. We should be streaming. Checking and making sure in the thing over here. Yep. Looks like it's going through. Wonderful. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this shared out to people. Share. Copy. I'll eventually have some music so that this part is not boring. But whatever. Tonight is not that night. Let's go ahead and put this here. And go ahead and throw this here. And go ahead and throw it into the Brood Facebook chat as well. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. It has been posted and we have the stream chat over here. Good to go. I'm going to pause this so we don't use up any of that bandwidth. Okay. So here's the deal. I just had a really, really busy day. Got a whole crazy load of stuff done. The biggest thing was, as far as actual work goes, I got Claude Code working properly on my Mac. Actually on my Mac connected to Poe API. Now I'm still going to do tweaking, still going to work on it. I really am looking into DeepSeek to replace some of the Claude engines so that I can do stuff with Claude Code and it's not as expensive. Claude's models are still really good, and I just want to test them and see if the trade-off is worthwhile. But we shall see. Right now, though we're not going to be worrying about AI stuff, the main thing I want to do is actually focus on writing Epic Page Master, everything I've been doing with that. If you did not see the first live stream, you can check that out at some point and see my explanation of Epic Page Master. That one was from 423, I want to say. Just go back and look at the Lyricanium Live Tours on the channel. You'll see. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just do a random one and begin working. I'm just going to talk through things as I work on it. It's just an easy way for me to wind down, to enjoy, actually getting to write. And maybe some people will jump in and enjoy on this little wind down stream for me. So we'll do random. We got Can't Be Stupid, which is a Bards versus Zombies one. We'll collapse all here, go into fiction. It'll be World of Portals. No, not Portals. Well, it's World of Derivatives? No. Which one is it? I do not remember. Let's see. Various fiction? It's under various fiction. Got it. Okay, so various fiction, Bards versus Zombies. We got episode 1, Can't Be Stupid. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read through Bards versus Zombies episode 1. And we will make some changes as we go as needed. But this will also be so that I have some video slash audio of me reading the story out loud for various purposes. It's not going to be necessarily like studio quality, but these are my unplugged tracks, so to speak. So, number 1, Battle of the Bands. Battle of the Bands had finished. The roadies packed up the show. Wannabe rock stars milled about networking before they had to go. Jacob Forte and Leah Hewlin, Meta Avenue by name, didn't win the big battle, but their best lyrics prize won them fame. They sat over in a corner, plucking on guitar and singing. Occasionally, another act would come over and offer praise over their lyrics ringing. Yeah, we need to add dialogue tags to these because I took them out for a while. It's pretty... Yeah, this is Jacob speaking here. And I am fixing this right here. Skip phrases. We're going to add... this is for the text-to-speech. When people actually use the text-to-speech function, it will skip the dialogue tags. We're going to add Jacob and Leah and Mikey and Amber. Ember. Excuse me. Her name is Ember. So those are several others that needed to be added. So we've got Jacob there. Oh, wait. No. Hold on. Manage. They need colons there so that it's not just skipping their names completely. So there we go. And save. And now we'll add Leah here, and we will just continue as we go. It will fix when we scroll to the next page, but I'm just going to read through as is right now. It'll automatically fix. This is a pretty sweet overall gig. Better than I thought it'd be. You're always so worried it won't go well. Will you ever see? People like us, Jacob. A lot more people than we know. Maybe, Jacob said with a smile. Then he jumped up to his toes. A loud crash had sounded just at the front of the stage. The bassist for one of the bands threw a fit and an amplifier out of rage. We'll add bass guitarist to that because we haven't named Mikey yet in the story. So let's add that to skip phrases. Save. You get rid of Ember, you get rid of me. Go get your little cousin to do it for free. The drummer, a young woman, sheepishly frowned. This is Ember. We'll just say drummer because we haven't said her name yet. And add that to the manage skip phrases. Drummer. There we go. You didn't have to do that for me. The lead singer of that band came out and yelled with the bassist for a moment. Jacob got tired of it and walked over. Come on, guys, let's end it. The lead singer rolled his eyes and began to walk away. Why that's there. This is Jacob. Dude, sucks you left your band. I'm gonna keep it the same. They had it coming anyway. I'm Mikey. This is Ember. You guys' song was great. It didn't exactly rock, though. But the lyrics we wish they'd imitate. Ember pointed over her shoulder as her old band began to leave. We've got lyrics if you got the rock. Are you serious? I am. My girl Leah is over there, and we're about to leave in our bus. You guys want to hop on our tour? Want to come to Indiana with us? Whoops. There we go. I need to fix that scroll. Ember smiled mischievously. Mikey yelled, "All right!" Leah embraced them with open arms, and in an hour, they left for the night. That's number 1. Let's go to number 2. Shine, someone said. Pac-Man 579. Okay. Whatever. Let's see. That means you're from China? What's the deal? Number 2, they gave us more. Across the state of Ohio to Indiana they went. Every ounce of energy the 4 of them spent. They toured everywhere they could. They played on streets and venues, dive bars and birthday parties, eating from the dollar menu. In the bus they lived, and while they went along, Leah grabbed a napkin and wrote this very song. We landed on a stage in Ohio. We thought we'd play another show. But little did we know when we got up to blow, the powers that be gave us more. They gave us more, they gave us more. More folks than we ever thought before. And when we lit up that stage, the whole place went crazed, and the powers that be gave us more. They said our lyric prowess was awesome, but another band won the whole show. Another split up, but it should be, but didn't give up. Another split up, but didn't give up. Two of them joined up, and here we go. They gave us more, they gave us more. More folks than we ever thought before. And when we lit up that stage, the whole place went crazed, and the powers that be gave us more. This should be a lowercase b there. Now Jacob Forte is the lead bard with us. Leah's harmonies are sublime. Mikey on bass, and without a trace of irony, Ember's back on drums. We will not forget where we come from. We will not break down. Meta Avenue will always keep in view. The music is what we fight for. You gave us more, you gave us more. But the music is what keeps us on the floor. No matter how life changes, nothing tops those mountain ranges and the prairies as we travel across these shores. No matter how life changes, nothing tops those mountain ranges and the music that always brings us more. I really like that song. That I have a melody for it too. I'm going to get it drafted up in Suno at some point. Might do a actual vocal cover at some point too. That might be fun. So we'll get there. Number 3, Da Bones. The laughter echoed off the walls of Da Bones Bar and Grill. Meta Avenue celebrated a show that was full of thrills. Ember threw her straw at Mikey, who sold it like a grenade, and Leah nearly fell on the floor before Jacob said to behave. What's that, Jacob? Settle down, y'all. It's time to pay. It's time for pay. Here are your envelopes. Don't spend it all in one place. We have a lot of traveling to go. Following the money distribution, they all ordered what they wanted. What's the rhyme there? Hold on. Behave. Settle down, y'all. It's time for pay. Here are your envelopes. Don't spend it all in one place. We have a lot of traveling to go. That's a very, very slant rhyme. Okay, I'm okay with that. Following the money distribution, they all ordered what they wanted. Not a care in the world was had. They cheered and they partied. Until upon the TV screen above the bar, Leah saw a news report that made her sick and the flesh of her skin crawl. She tapped Jacob on the shoulder and pointed for him to see what the news was breaking now in another city. They read the captions that went by, and here is what they said. Let's add captions to that list of skip phrases. Okay. Nearly 100 people infected, all of them reportedly dead. The other two turned and saw the report of an outbreak in Wichita. Jacob's expression turned cold and pale. This is Leah. What's wrong, my big bear claw? That's exactly where we're headed. And everyone felt cold and raw. Number 4, fatality. Oh wait, no, that's Ember. Do you really think it's smart, though, going there anyway? Mikey put a quarter into each slot so that he and Ember could play. His all-time favorite fighting game. He knew that she was toast. Jacob knows what he's doing. You're acting like it's an outbreak of ghosts. Mikey laughed at his own joke. The outbreak is undisclosed. Dude, it could be anything. Don't act so well disposed. Come on, a healthy girl like you and a healthy guy like me. We've got nothing to worry about. Heck, you should go on a date with me. We could... Mikey then launched into a pre-planned assault of niceness and flattery designed to give a girl no fault at saying yes to a guy she barely even knew. But the second he said date, something in Ember went askew. She doubled down on the fighting game, white-knuckled on her controller. She grit her teeth in anger and her fighting became bolder. She finished off Mikey's character before he'd finished his rant. Then she turned and looked at him. And this is a part I'm going to preface. by saying I am not a an advocate of a certain community. Not going to say things on YouTube specifically in regard to this. I'm not doing the representation thing. This is a character flaw in Ember. Read that how you will. I'm doing something with this long term. This is who I am. I do not date girls or guys. I do not do romance. If you ever so much as look at me sexually, I will break your hands. If you have a problem with that, you can take a hike. I am alone and need only me, and I destroyed you in that fight. Ember stormed off angrily, and Mikey couldn't help but smile. This could be a thrilling hunt that could last quite a while. Mikey's also a problem. Anyway, they are a mess. Number 5, not fun. Meta Avenue wheeled their bus down the lonesome highway. It seemed that they were the only car going that solemn way. There was no radio blasting. Nobody spoke a word. They knew it was probably safe, and they all had heard that the south side of Wichita was contained and the disease was not going to spread. Still, the silence in that bus spoke one thing: Meta Avenue's dread. Go Mikey on that one. I thought Wichita was supposed to be hopping. Let's say hoppin'. Yeah, I like that. How much further to go? Like 15 minutes. Just think about the show. And Leah. I'm sure it'll be great, you guys. Just wait and see. Then they all passed an overturned military jeep. Say, Ember, is that a military blockade? Isn't that our venue? Jacob sighed and said, it's both. And you could see the sinew tighten up in his neck as he said the following words. I think we've got company. Then they saw the curse. A chain link. I'm going to isolate that one just because, yeah. A chain link fence had been torn down in several places. Razor wire littered the road and stopped them in their paces. Smoldering barrels of oil and trash lay all about, but that was nothing compared to what they all would talk about, if they were able to raise a voice, for they were frozen before they could scream at a sight that could make a man's courage burst open at the seams. Shambling corpse-like rotting imps began to close in fast, angrily tearing toward their bus, and they left no room to pass. Mikey finally broke the silence. Mikey. This is definitely not fun. Then Jacob accidentally popped a tire, and all they could do was run. Six, ZFH. The razor wire slashed their tire when Jacob had sat to gawk. Paused? Yeah. It had been pulled off a fence and strewn all about with all the chain and locks. But their venue sat just ahead, beyond the broken blockade. Each one grabbed a single instrument, the one most precious to him, and bolted toward the busted blockade on a prayer and a whim. Mikey led the way in fright, and Jacob brought up the rear, doing his best to make sure his band got away from here. Soon Mikey was at the door to an old hangar nearby. He tried the door, and it was locked. He pounded on it and cried, "Let us in! They're gonna get us!" Then the door opened up. There stood a grizzled military vet and his barking pup. Once everyone was inside, the door was shut and barred. The monsters scraped at the old iron door, but thankfully, no one was scarred. About 36 people were milling around the room, sitting and waiting like animals in a trap, waiting for their doom. We'll say Mikey. Was that real or just some prank? Oh, it was very real. Y'all must be the band. I was hoping y'all would steal the money I already paid you and keep Wichita out of your mind. The news ain't doing us any favors, though. They won't say what's going on this time. Say Jacob says, what is going on there? What is going on? Surely y'all can tell. You just ran right into zombie freaking hell. We'll say freaking. Yeah. Okay. Number 7, fancy work to do. The military vet's name was Vince, and he showed them around the place. About 3 dozen were holed up in that tiny space. They hoarded guns and ammo, and had enough MREs to last another year or so beneath the threat of the zombies. The community has really come together over the past week or so. Not sure what we'll do long term, but for now we're on a roll. We have a mess hall, an armory, and a yard. Lodgings are a bit tight, but it isn't that hard. It just doesn't seem real to me. Zombies are like ghost tales. I'm gonna say fairy tales. Ghost tales is... I understand what she's saying, like... I think fairy tales is better here. She means fake. She means like... Ghost stories would make more sense. But I need to rhyme, I think? Yeah. Yeah, we'll say fairy tales. Well, what I saw and heard and smelled seemed extremely real. They're extremely toxic too, but it seems it's all through blood. Sometimes they're more docile, but that doesn't do us much good. As soon as they snap back to feed, they're mindless killing machines. You seem awfully calm about this. Vince laughed. Things aren't as they seem. You're welcome to stay for a couple of days. The zombies will move on in that time. Meanwhile, we'll fix your bus up. Sit back and unwind. Leah grabbed her tambourine and headed out into the yard. Where are you going? Jacob asked. This is our job. This job is going to be hard. But hey, we got paid and we're here. We might as well jam out unplugged. Jacob and Ember smiled and Mikey said, Got any whiskey I can chug? They joined together in the yard and played the following song, and the residents listened gratefully for something right during times so wrong. You came up to me. This is the song. You came up to me dressed up to the nines, charming me with smiles and food and a real good time. But years later, I never thought you would intercede and cast out demons inside me. I was bursting at the seams. More than just fancy. More than just fancy. For those watching, if people are indeed watching, I would love thoughts in regard to whether I should put in chorus verse, like headers, and take those out, or if I should just leave it as is. If you have any thoughts. I'm really not sure. But anyway. The chorus is you were more than just fancy. More than just, you were more than just fancy. All should be my dreams were gone. All my dreams were gone, like a strip screw with no tip. I was leaning over the edge. I had lost my grip. But you came after me and pulled me back to you. I can't imagine life without you. I don't know what I'd do. More than just, you were more than just fancy. More than just, you were more than just fancy. Fancy things, they sparkle bright, but fade as quick as evening light. But my fancy fascination proved to be more than fancy with you. More than just, we're more than just fancy. More than just, we're more than just fancy. Number 8, unwanted fans. As the songs rang into the night, the people in the yard relaxed. For a moment, they could rest and put down all they had to do to keep the turning wheels of community spinning round. They marveled at Meta Avenue's deft lyrics and intoxicating sounds. Yeah, I'm still going. Okay, just making sure. Is the visual working for people? Oh, I paused it on my end. That's right. Okay, so we're going fine. Okay. I lost my place. Let's just start over. As the songs rang into the night, the people in the yard relaxed. For a moment they could rest and put down all they had to do to keep the turning wheels of community spinning round. They marveled at Meta Avenue's deft lyrics and intoxicating sounds. But as the night pressed on, it became clear they had other guests. The zombie smells they could sense lingering outside their little nest. And still they played as it began to grow dark, and slowly scratching noises? Noise? And slowly a scratching noise, I'm going to say that, grew louder than the guitar and cajon that had been bringing them joys. I think that's how you spell cajon. If I'm pronouncing it right, even. Yep. Cool. It has a little mark on it, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. In the middle of They Gave Us More, a rotting fist pressed through the makeshift barrier wall that had enclosed them from pursuit. I'm going to say wooden. They crawled through slowly, lumbering on, but this time the zombies were slow. Guns were brought and a battle commenced. Guns were brought and a battle commenced as Meta Avenue ducked low. Bullets sailed over their heads and Ember grabbed Jacob's arm. We need to get out of here. We can't stay and get harmed. Jacob then leapt into action. All four followed him in a blur. He didn't know what he was doing, and he definitely wasn't sure. Where else could possibly be safe in town? But the truth was fight or run. The zombies might have been slower this time, but they were even more strong. Number 9, Can't Be Stupid. This one was the one that we actually rolled. We only have 2 more, I think, in this episode, and then I'll work on something else. But yeah, let's see here. Into the night, Meta Avenue ran. The compound was scattered abroad. After several twists and turns, they landed in a suburban backyard. It was surrounded by an 8-foot wood fence, and as they caught their breath, Jacob's leadership commenced. I think we lost him a ways back, and no one seems to live here. That shed over there looks pretty good right now. Y'all good camping here? The 4 of them. I don't know why it says us there. The four of them took a moment and looked around to see the wisdom in what Jacob suggested, and soon they all agreed. They all began to gather some things to bed down until dawn, but after a while Leah wandered out toward the front lawn. Jacob saw her raising her phone, trying to get more bars. He had been trying that off and on and knew it was a lost cause. He slowly approached her from behind. Hey babe, we gotta go in. It's not safe out here right now. I just want to call my parents. You can't do it right now. Leah's lower lip began to quiver as she slipped down to her knees. Remember the tower we passed that had fallen? I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. Why is knees? Okay, hold on. I don't mind repeating now and now. Let's add a line here. Begging with her posture and eyes, begging Jacob, please. That works. Remember the tower... Whoop. There we go. Remember the tower we passed that had fallen? I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. If you can't buck up and get inside, you might be the first to die. Leah bit her quivering lip and angrily marched herself back. Can't be stupid now, Leah. Those monsters want us bad. Number 10, being stupid. Leah stewed on a makeshift bedroll made from moldy yoga mats. Ever since Jacob had scolded her, she had the urge to attack, but instead she scoured the moonlit shed, her eyes taking inventory there, and then she spotted a couple items that made her wonder and stare. She saw hard hats and climbing gear and a few tools she recognized from when her father was a lineman working on a phone and power lines. She saw a stack of county maps sitting there on a bench, and she quietly snuck over to look and nearly tripped on a socket wrench. How can I make that more clear? It's not her father's stuff, but it's another lineman. Let me think about this. She saw hard hats and climbing gear and field tools she recognized. Of recognizable. She saw hard hats and climbing gear and a few tools of recognizable type from when her father was a lineman working on phone and power lines. I like that. She saw a stack of county maps sitting there on a bench, and she quietly snuck over to look and nearly tripped on a socket wrench. But she nimbly caught herself and found the maps were fairly recent. She saw they were close where the closest cell towers were, and she thought she had a decent chance of getting close to one nearby. She promised to herself that she had to try. She grabbed a few simple supplies and then moved out of the shed. The moon was bright and she could stay out of sight, so she had little dread. But as she skittered from shadow to shade, she left a lingering scent, picked up by 3 fleshy beasts who weren't human at present. They followed Leah, hunting her, keeping silent in the brush, and Leah was none the wiser. To the figures that stayed hunched? Yeah, to the figures that stayed hunched. I think that, yep, we're up to Run Like Hell, which is episode 2. So we finished that. That's good. That's good. Oh, boy. Let's see here. We have been on for 32 minutes. We'll see how long I want to go. I'm getting tired already. That was enjoyable. Let's just see what we get on a random doc. Pierce Jazzman Larkin. Oh, there's so much with him that I haven't written yet. I don't think I can go into it tonight. This morning, whatever. I think I just want to say on the record, even if nobody ever sees this, had a really good chat tonight with folks from the Brood. Went really well. We all needed to hear from one another. And I was just really appreciative of everything, guys. If you get to see this. I know I said it when we talked, but say it again. I love you guys so much. And I'm, doing all this because I love you. Because I love my kids. Because I love the people of God working together, even in the face of we don't know what's coming next, to make beautiful things and share them with each other. And as long as there's fight in my body, I pray that God gives me the will to fight with you in everything. Oh boy. Well, I do think I need to turn in. I don't think I can work on Pierce. There's too much that I haven't written about him, but it's all up here, But at least I got a little live stream out, a little live tour. And man, I want to do more, but I do need the sleep. I do need to be ready for more tomorrow. Maybe I'll do another one tomorrow. There ain't no rules that says I can't do it tomorrow. Keep an eye out. We might do a second stream. But for right now, I need to get to Slumberland And yeah, I just love you guys. Love you guys from the Brood. If you haven't enjoyed the Brood yet or checked it out, please do. We have a Discord, the Brood of Writers. You can find that on my website, joshuadavidling.com. Join up. We're a bunch of crazy writers who take ourselves way too seriously sometimes, and other times not seriously enough. But that's being human, isn't it? I feel like Rich Mullins tonight. Just like, yeah, man, whoa. But maybe that's just sleepiness. Anyway, be your family's bard. Do not turn to the right or to the left. And the Lord will be with you wherever you go. We'll see you next time in the trenches on the Lyricanium Tours, I guess. Good night, y'all.